Well, hi there folks, it's Matt Hayson here looking at this week's property market. Now, last week in Sydney was a huge week of auctions. 1,270 in fact were due to go under the hammer. Now, very interestingly, the final auction clearance rate came in below 50%. That's right, it came through at 49.8%. Now, that's the second time it's occurred so far this year, but the last time it did happen was on the Easter long weekend, so it doesn't really count for much. Now, the last time we saw a trend line of the auction clearance rate below 50% was really from July last year through to December, and at that point, property prices were easing. There is no question the latest move from the RBA to lift the cash rate to 4.35% is completely skittled buyer confidence. We're also starting to see a little bit of buyer fatigue creeping into the market, which we tend to see at this time of year. Now, this week does really represent the final week for many sellers to bring their home onto the market and have an auction campaign before Christmas. Now, buyers are aware of that. It's been a very long year. People are getting very busy professionally and also personally, but we've also got this accumulation, this higher cost of living, which has been hanging over us through the course of this year, and then whack, the RBA decided to lift the cash rate as well. So you can understand why buyer confidence has probably shifted a little bit. Now, sellers need to be aware of this and are very attentive around what's unfolding in the market. They need to adjust their expectations and really meet the market in order to get a sale done this year. Now, it's going to be very interesting though over the next several weeks, whether or not we see this as a trend line emerging, whether or not this is just a moment in time and the market stabilizes moving into 2024. Now, the conundrum of the property market in 5 charts for you here. You can see that the national mortgage size in Australia has more than doubled in the last 10 years. Also, debt servicing levels, they've increased to a record high. They've been that way since May. And this is also a very interesting one. We've heard a lot about it. The population growth versus the number of dwellings that are coming onto the market is grossly underrepresented. Also, the percentage of your salary going towards mortgage repayments is almost at a record high at just under 30%. And we can see here that net migration is completely off the charts this year. Now, this is spilling over into the rental market, as many people would be aware. In fact, we're seeing the lowest levels of vacancies we've ever seen in the time that we've been servicing our markets. And across Sydney, the vacancy level is sitting at 1%, if not marginally below. And as a result of that, rents are surging forward. They're up over 16% in Sydney through the course of this year. And it's a national phenomenon with every capital city seeing very strong rental growth. So we're seeing this net migration and the low supply of property, that's fueling inflation. So certainly the government have their hands full managing that at the present time. So that leads us into this weekend, folks. So the important thing for sellers is there's still plenty of sales and transactions occurring. There's a lot of buyers that are focused on securing a property before Christmas. We've got some great properties open for inspection and our entire team looks forward to seeing you out and about this weekend. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you all next week.